Good morning and welcome to this momentous occasion as we gather here at the Radisson Hotel Lazimpat to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to His Excellency, the Ambassador of Vietnam to Nepal, His Excellency Mr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, and the distinguished delegation accompanying him. Cooperation and partnership, let us take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the meticulously curated program that lies ahead. Our schedule reflects the essence of our shared aspirations and endeavors. To commence, we shall begin by extending our heartfelt welcome to our esteemed guest, His Excellency, the Ambassador of Vietnam to Nepal, Mr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, Mr. Rajesh Kaji Shrestha, the Honorary General Consular of Vietnam, and Mr. Nguyen Long, the Economic Consular. This welcome will be conveyed through the presentation of bouquets, symbolizing our warm embrace and appreciation of their presence. I would like to invite Mr. Deepak Malhotra, President of NVCCI, to please honor our guests with the bouquets. Mr. Deepak Malhotra.
His Excellency Nguyen Thanh Hai, Consular Mr. Rajesh Kaji Shrestha, Economic Consular Nguyen Long, officers from the Nepal-Vietnam Chamber of Commerce, officers from the Binational Chamber of Commerce, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today as the President of the Nepal-Vietnam Chamber of Commerce to warmly welcome His Excellency Nguyen Thanh Hai, the distinguished Ambassador of Vietnam to Nepal and India. On his short visit to our beautiful nation, this occasion holds immense significance as we strengthen the diplomatic ties between our two great countries and pave the way for further cooperation. Ambassador Hai, your presence here not only symbolizes the strong bond between Nepal and Vietnam, but also signifies the mutual respects and shared aspirations that unite our nations. As we continue to foster our bilateral relations, we are presented with remarkable opportunities for collaboration, particularly in the realm of agriculture. Vietnam has long been a beacon of progress in modern agriculture practices. I would like to take this moment to express your sincere gratitude for the technological advancement that Vietnam has achieved in agriculture. Nepal can greatly benefit from the transfer of such innovative techniques on timely, ultimately leading to enhanced food security and agriculture sustainability in our nation. Our countries share not only a commitment to economic growth, but also a dedication to strengthening our trade ties. Vietnam's expertise in various industries align well with Nepal's potential for growth. By facilitating increased trade and investment, we can tap into the vast potential of our markets and create mutually beneficial opportunities for both our economics. Exchange delegates to participate trade fairs in both countries. Tourism, another vital sector, plays a significant role in bringing our people closer together. Our rich cultural heritage and natural beauty are irresistible magnets for travelers. I would like to take this opportunity to request His Excellency to consider promoting more Buddhist pilgrims to Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Additionally, the prospects to direct flights between Vietnam and Lumbini International Airport would not only make travel easier, but also contribute to the deepening of our people-to-people connections. I would also like to request His Excellency to simplify the visa application process for Nepalese individuals traveling to Vietnam. If the authority to issue visa could be delegated to the consular's office in Nepal, it would be highly beneficial. In conclusion, let us embrace the ties that bind Nepal and Vietnam and commit ourselves to a future for prosperity and collaboration. Together we can achieve remarkable feats and set an example for the world. Your presence, Ambassador Hai, ignites the flame of friendship and cooperation, and we eagerly look forward to exploring the possibilities that lie ahead. Thank you very much.
General Consular of Vietnam, his speech promises to shed light on significance of our collaboration and the potential it holds for mutual growth. So let's put our hands together for Mr. Rajesh Kaji Shrestha.
So thank you. So I'm very much honored and pleased today. So we have after long waiting, we have our Excellency in Nepal. So the chairman, Mr. Deepak Malhotra, Nepal Vietnam Chamber of Commerce, and Excellency Mr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, the ambassador of Vietnam to Nepal and India, and we have an economic consular, Mr. Nguyen Long, as an economic consular. He is just out, and our office bearer and different sector president and office bearer, and all my colleagues, friends from the business sector, and general few media friends, ladies and gentlemen. So after the Excellency was as a dignitary ambassador, so it took a long time to have a credential. So tomorrow we have a credential for Excellency. So we all wish good luck from our side, Excellency, and in Excellency tenure, we hope to have a more trade increase in our both countries. Why I am saying, first of all, I would like to thank him for his time for today, because when Excellency sent the note and he have written very strictly, we would like to have a meet with the business sector, then that means I am success. So it was very good that you have some interest to meet, and thus we had a discuss this morning also regarding how to increase our trade, either import, export or investment, and as a tourism you have seen. So we have seen about Vietnam, but we have to show Excellency about Nepal, what we have. So that's why we thought that we have three things, Excellency. I'm not taking more time, mostly our president have covered it. So I'll just give an example, Excellency. 7 years, maybe, 8 years back, when the Prime Minister of Vietnam was in Delhi, I was there. And that time, Vietnam, the jet year have signed agreement that flight to Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi. But it won't happen. There was something, maybe what we can say, no tourists or no full occupied, nobody interest. But now, you see, after I was 4 years back when Airjet came, and now Excellency was saying, so I was also flying with Delhi to Hanoi, the flight was full. So Excellency was saying, now we have, from Delhi they have, from Calcutta, Delhi and Bombay. Now 4 another in south is having very soon flying from direct to Vietnam. So why I'm saying, if there is a connectivity, I was in Vietnam, there was a full of Indian tourists, and the data which shows after the flight has conduct with the Vietnam and India, the trade and the investment has been increased tremendously. It's very, so not like this, it has increased like this. So I am also saying same thing to Excellency, that if we could have a connectivity, like from either from Kathmandu, our Excellency, because we say, because as Vietnam is Buddhism and all the religious is very more of the Buddhist there, so all says about Lumini. But I personally say, if we could have a flight from Kathmandu as a tourist, as a Buddhist or businessman, even we have a connectivity to Australia, even Japan, Korea, even other countries. So there is many opportunity of having always full of your flight, Excellency. Do not worry for that. That's why we request for Excellency to have a flight for Nepal to Vietnam, and the connectivity is the most where we can increase our trade and our either import, export or investment or IT field. So when we talk about Vietnam, so everybody comes that, oh, tourism, because there is a full of Buddhism. And I was also in one city, I forgot, Banang, something, and when the monk, the master of, he invited me, and I thought, okay, what is that? That was about 120 kilometers from Hanoi. I was there. So the Buddhists, I have seen more than lakh, about 100,000 was there in one their temple only. That temple is recorded as from the Guinness Book, the biggest area where you can do meditation. They have given them the certificate on that day. So that means Nepal, Buddha was born in Nepal, we are proud to say, but the Buddhism we see in Vietnam is very different. So you will forget everything. So that's why we request Excellency to have a bring where the Buddha was born from Vietnam to Nepal. So this is the main what I say. And when I was seeing this, all the tourism of Vietnam, because I would like to say 2 things one day. Yeah, definitely. Now we have a flight from India to Vietnam in every city, very competitive price with the Vietjet and Vietnam Airlines every day. So what we can say, it is not so expensive also. I think $100 or $125 we can reach from India to Vietnam. And I was there so I saw in Hanoi, I saw Halong Bay. So we'll forget everything. We have been traveling many things, and everybody was saying about Da Nang. I don't know what is that. We say beach. Yeah, everywhere there is a sea beach and everywhere. But it is very different between the world of that beach, and they have a Ban Hill where you can see France, Europe in that after the 15 minute by the cable car. You feel that you are in another world. And the hospitality and the response of the hotelier, even the driver, and even all the shop. So I found little different. We say Nepal is a hospitality country, and we worship as our guests, as a tourist, but we saw the different way. Because I saw Thailand also, I saw Cambodia also, I have been to Laos also, but in this region I saw this time. I don't know, maybe I was traveling with my wife and me only, that's why it happened also. But then I was in Hoi An, so I stayed 2 days. When I reached, I asked who have managed my travel and say, oh, why he kept 2 days here? So nothing. Oh, it was a World Heritage City with all the market and so 2 days was also not enough. Maybe with wife, but with the friend I don't know. So that was such a good place, what I am saying, and Ho Chi Minh here. So why I am saying that? Because now we should learn about the Vietnamese tourism, and we should exchange our tourism with Vietnam and Nepal. So we are full of Vietnam is one of the highest exporter of rice also, and the dry food also we are importing. As a seafood, we are importing basa fish. I saw one Deepak who was the one of importing basa fish. There are 2-3 friends. There are many. When we talked this morning with Ambassador Excellency said, there are, so Excellency, we need an opportunity to see on the trade fair, when there is a trade fair, and where we can see in one window what Vietnam has. And not only we would like to import, and we need to display our product also as an exhibitor, and we need a few stalls for display our Nepali handicraft, so we can export, because to reduce our trade balance, that is the most important. So we need to have a more, though we have participated in the Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi, in 2-3 trade fairs, and we need to also export what we have, our handicraft and everything. Though, Vietnam has also good coffee and tea, organic, but we can assure and we can also proudly say that our tea and coffee is also one of where we can export to Vietnam, because Vietnamese are also very used to of coffee and tea, which Nepal is one of the best. We got the award last year from China with the competition in tea. Nepal was the #1, the best tea in China. So that are the things what we would like to say, but we need your support, and we are proud that after having 2-3 times in daily meeting with the Excellency, we feel that this is the right ambassador where we can increase our trade and tourism, and also investment. Excellency, now Vietnam have been investing in construction and many items in the world. So there are also many opportunities here where we can bring the investment. The main thing is connectivity. Excellency, we would like to ask, and the main request for them. Thank you very much.
We'd like to show you another video clip that shows the economic growth of Vietnam and how it's changed over the years.
Mr. Dipa Mahocha, President of Nepal Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Rajesh Kaji Sweta, Honorary Consul of Vietnam and Nepal, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. This is my pleasure to be here in this very room with the presence of so many businessmen that have interested in promoting Vietnam and Nepal economic cooperation. So thank you all. I have to say I have to show my appreciation to the Nepal Vietnam Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Honorary Consul of Vietnam and Nepal, for making this event a reality. So really appreciate that. So tomorrow will be a big day for me. I will present my credentials from the President of Vietnam to the President of Nepal, and after that I will have a meeting with the Prime Minister of Nepal, and then with the Foreign Minister, with the Minister of tourism of Nepal, and others high-ranking officials of Nepalese government. So tomorrow, there will be only 2 ambassadors who are able to present the credential to the President of Nepal. That is the British ambassador and Vietnamese ambassadors. Given that other more than 20 ambassadors are still waiting in a long line to wait for their turn to present the credential. So we show that how important Vietnam and Nepal relationship, how Nepal attaches importance to the relationship with Vietnam, and how appreciated I am to be here to meet with you and present my credentials. So, talking about the bilateral relationship between our 2 countries, we have been with each other for a very long time. We support each other in the fight, especially the support of the Nepal to Vietnamese people for our struggle for independence. And regarding the diplomatic relationship, we set up our relationship in 1975. Just a few months after Vietnam reunite from and get our independence again. So we really appreciate the relationship, and Vietnam attached great importance to the relationship with Nepal. Over the years, the interaction between our 2 countries has been strengthened with the political leaders visit each other countries, the ministers visit each other country, the party-to-party relationship, exchange of delegation increased, and especially the friendship between our 2 people has been there and continue to be strengthened. And another link that is also the backbone of our relationship, that is the Buddhism. Vietnamese people have been to Nepal to visit Lumbini, where the Buddha Shakyamuni was given birth there. And nowadays, every people in Vietnam, whether they are the Buddhism, follow Buddhism, or the ordinary Vietnamese people, they only wish to come to Lumbini once in their lifetime. So, so that's why I quite agree with Honorary Council on the need for the connectivity to make people easier to travel from each country to the other. And nowadays, after COVID-19, we need to translate the friendship between our 2 peoples, between our 2 countries, to a partnership, effective partnership, for the benefit of our people and for the benefits of our businesses. So that is important, and that is why I wanted to, this is one of the messages that I want to send to you, especially after the COVID-19. Now you have shown, you have seen the movie clip about the Vietnamese tourism, about the development of Vietnam over the years. And the video clip that you just seen just a few years back, it hasn't updated yet. I am delighted to inform you further. Last year, Vietnam grew at the rate of 8.02%, one of the highest rate of growth in the world. And last year, the trade turnover of Vietnam with other countries in the world was $732 billion US, a sharp increase from the year before. And last year also, Vietnam attracted $29 billion US of foreign direct investments. And nowadays, we have FTA, free trade agreement, and many of which are the high standard, high quality free trade agreement with 63 countries around the world. It means that whenever you get your base in Vietnam, you are able to export to other countries as well, to ASEAN many other major economies. So that is one of the advantages of doing business with Vietnam. And based on that, there's a lot of potential between Vietnam and Nepal. According to our statistics, the trade between Vietnam and Nepal nowadays is still very, how I can say, modest. We got a statistic from 2018, that is 121 million US dollar, the trade turnover. And with the COVID-19 and all, the trade volume between our two countries reduced to 70s, and the 2021 statistics is 78 million US dollar. So it is very modest. And it also shows that there's a lot of potential between Vietnam and Nepal to sharply increase the trade between our two countries. And I just want to make a few points on the areas of potential of cooperation. Number one, connectivity. And of course, with connectivity, we are talking about the flights, especially direct flights between Vietnam and Nepal. We have been working for that, especially after COVID-19. In my contacts with the airlines, either the Vietjet Air or Vietnam Airlines, I always promote Nepal, especially Kathmandu and Lumbini as the potential destination for the airlines to promote. And nowadays, our airlines is expanding aggressively, especially Vietjet. In India, for instance, before COVID-19, we have only 5 direct flights, only 5 direct flights. And nowadays, you know what? 55 direct flights already happen between Vietnam and India, from New Delhi, from Mumbai, from Kolkata, from Ahmedabad. And just a few days ago, they just opened another 4 direct flights from Kerala, the Kochi International Airport, to Vietnam. And 2nd of November, there will be another 3 direct flights from Tamil Nadu of India to Vietnam. So I talked to the airlines and I encouraged them. Nepal is developing, expanding their economy, and there's a lot of interest from Nepal to Vietnam in terms of tourism. But not only that, Nepal also has a demand to go beyond Vietnam, not just in Vietnam for tourism purpose, but go to either Australia, to Japan, to Korea, and to other destinations in that part of the world. I know that Nepal has a large Nepalese community in Australia, so there's a great demand there. So I'm working with them, and in fact, before I came here, I just called the director in charge of trade of the Vietjet Air to ask him about the possibility of the opening a direct flights between Vietnam and Nepal, and the answer is positive. So, but what I need from the business community here in Nepal is give me more evidence, give me more statistic to show the airline that there's a great potential between Nepal and Vietnam for opening a direct flights. The airline, they are interested in the load factor. It means that if they open the direct flights, will there be enough passengers on that flight? So we will need more evidence, and for that, the ambassadors, myself, committed to work with you all to soon opening the direct flights between our two countries. So this is something we need to, and I do believe that seeing is believing. More people from Nepal to Vietnam and vice versa. They will realize not only the culture, enjoy the sightseeing, but they will realize how much potential and opportunities between our two countries. our two economies. So that is critical, and it will be a game changer. And for that comes the tourism. Honorary Council, Mr. Rajesh Kaji Tresca has talked about it. Vietnam has many beautiful tourist destinations, as beautiful as in Nepal, and of course with the Vietnamese characteristic, very unique. As you have seen from the mountains to the beaches, and from the north to the south, we have a long beaches, so that will attract a lot of tourists from Nepal. And for tourists to be promoted, the role of the travel agents is very important. The promotion of the awareness of both Vietnam and Nepal is important. For now, we will support you for the one-year visa and multiple entry. So this is my commitment. We want to expedite and to make it fast for businessmen to travel easily. Another areas of cooperation I would like to touch upon in the trade. There's a lot of potential, and there's a great interest from the Vietnamese companies to be here, to present in Nepal. One of the companies very well known, that is VinFast, with the electronic vehicles. So also yesterday, I'm delighted to inform you that the VinFast company was launched in the NASDAQ American Stock Exchange, and they become the third largest EV company in the world, after Tesla and one of the companies in China. So they are the third largest, and there's a lot of potential for you to work with VinFast. I know that there's a policy from the Nepalese government to attract and encourage the introduction of the electronic vehicle here in Nepal. In terms of the tax incentives, for instance. So we are working with the businesses in Nepal, hopefully to introduce the electronic vehicle of VinFast to Nepal. We're also talking about the agricultural products. Vietnam nowadays, we are one of the world's largest, biggest rice exporter. We are also number one in terms of pepper exporter. We are also number one in the world as cashew nut exporter, and other areas of fishery exports, also one of our strength, and also the basa. That is one of our basa fish, also one of the specialties that we are happy to provide to the Nepalese market. But other than that, a lot of household items that we would like to work with you. There's a company named Sun's House. They has a lot of products items on household. So, and this is just one example, but there's a lot of opportunities there for Vietnamese and Nepalese business to work with together. Now on the investment, I would like to point out that this year there's already a plan for a Vice Minister of Commerce, of Trade and Industry from Vietnam to come and visit Nepal. And we would like to propose to the Nepalese government on a investment framework agreement between our two countries, so that investment will flow from Nepal to Vietnam, as well as from Vietnam to Nepal. So I do hope that the investment will increase in the time to come. But from the part of the government, we would like to to create a framework for that to happen. So we are working on the investment framework agreement between our two countries. So altogether, I am very optimistic about the future of our economic cooperation. I think that after COVID-19, Vietnam was expanding, and Nepal is also growing very well. And I think after all the election and the new government, I do hope that the Nepalese economy will expand and grow, and so that there will be more opportunities between our two countries. And for the trade and investment, not only trade from Vietnam to Nepal, but I am also encourage all of you to expand trade in Vietnam. Right now, the trade from Nepal to Vietnam is also very modest. So I would like to invite you to come to Vietnam as a tourist, but also join the trade show in Vietnam and to explore for more opportunities. Mr. President of the Nepal Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and as well as Mr. Honorary Council has talked about the handicrafts of Nepal and other products. We do hope to see more of Nepalese products in Vietnam, and from Vietnam and export to other countries, to ASEAN and other countries as well. So opportunities is ample, but we need to join hands, the government and the businesses of the two sides, Vietnam and Nepal, to work together for a brighter future, for more opportunities, and we are here to making it, to turn from opportunity to realities for the benefits of our two people, for the benefits of our two businesses of Nepal and Bhutan. So with that, I thank you very much. I look forward to further interaction with you during the lunchtime. So thank you very much, and we wish you good health, successes, and together we promote the Vietnam-Nepal economic cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. As a gesture of goodwill and appreciation, now I would like to request the President of NVCCI, Mr. Deepak Malhotra, to please present the souvenirs to His Excellency Ambassador Nguyen Thanh Hai and the Honorary General Councillor and the Economic Councillor, and encapsulating the essence of our goodwill and partnership. Showcase the artistry of Nepali artisan. Nepal's unique geography and climate provide the ideal condition for rearing goats and producing the finest pashmina wool. The traditional process of collecting, cleaning, and hand spinning the wool, having Mr. Deepak Malhotra, who will show with a total of love all the way from Vietnam.
Thank you.
Vice President of NVCCI, his words will encapsulate gratitude for the collective efforts that have brought us together here today. So please put your hands together for Mr. Suresh Manshrestha, the Vice President of NVCCI, for the vote of thanks.
As we draw the questions on this momentous welcoming program, extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you has played a provocative role in making this event resounding success. To His Excellency Mr. Nguyen Thanh Hai, the Ambassador of Vietnam to Nepal, and Mr. Kazi Srestha, Vietnam Consular for Nepal, your presence has been ingredient icon of friendship and collaborations between our nations. Our destinations of fostering strong bilateral therefore, do live behind the screen, both directly and indirectly, to every detail on this welcoming program. And implications that have been placed your support, reinforced and behalf of the power of collaborations and impress us to the serve for the given or gathered rights. As we embark on the journey of the partnership and friendship between our nations, let us remember that it is the collective effort and individuals like you that truly make a difference. Together we have laid the groundwork for the future, and the world promises progress and prosperity. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of this welcoming program. May our shared individuals continue to force and make the bonds we have spoke to today serve as a strong foundation for the better tomorrow. Thank you.
As the saying goes, food brings people together, and in that spirit, we will adjourn for a delicious lunch that will provide us with the opportunity to continue our discussion and foster meaningful connections. Before we conclude, let's capture this remarkable moment in a group photo, a snapshot of unity and collaboration that will forever remind us of the promising journey we're embarked upon. For now, I would like to request all the designated guests on the stage to please stand for a group photo.
May Lord Buddha bless Your Excellency. Yeah. Still.
Thank you.